Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are making a easy buttered chicken recipe and I'm showing you what we need now. So you need instant rice, VH buttered chicken stir fry sauce, and chicken thighs or any chicken of your liking, half of an onion, a skillet, and a pot with a lid. And if you're gonna make this my way, you'll also need your kettle. So the first thing to do is to start your kettle. And that's going to be to cook the Minute Maid rice or the minute rice. And then you're going to start dicing your onion to put into the skillet. And then at that point, we're going to add the chicken thighs in. We'll turn on the burner to about 5 or 6, just around medium, and let those cook evenly and nicely mend flavors. And once the kettle is done, I will also pour a cup of Minute Maid rice into the pot and a cup of water and let that cook as well, and just give it some extra time while the skillet's going. So now that the onion's in, I'm putting the chicken thighs in and I'm just laying them out so that they're all touching the bottom of the pan. And then I'll turn it on to that 5 or 6, like I said, to turn on the burner and just let them sizzle. I would say I had them cooking for at least 15 minutes. And it's kind of a lower cook, like a lower heat cook, but I find it's just way better. It browns the chicken nicely, it makes it really delicious. And it also does make it really easy to shred as well. So I highly recommend to just let them simmer on a lower heat rather than putting them on a higher heat. So at this point the kettle was ready, so I'm going to measure out my instant white rice. I'm going to do about 1 cup. Put it into the pot and then follow that with just a little bit more than a cup of water, and then it will cook on its own. This is why I love this meal. It's so simple and easy to cook, and it doesn't take a lot of effort. It's really straightforward, and I would say that this is really good for beginners as well. And it's also really inexpensive, which is wonderful too. So I highly recommend this. Also, for a tip on the minute rice, I always put oil in my minute rice. I just find it turns out better and a little bit fluffier. Definitely a good tip for you guys to try if you're not already, is to add just a little bit of oil into the white rice and it won't be so sticky and gives it a different flavor. Now that you have everything pretty much all in except for the sauce, this is what it should look like. You should have your rice going, and you should also have your diced onion and your chicken in a skillet on about 5 or 6 for the burner heat, and just kind of give it a stir. It'll start to warm up. Like right now it was still a little cold, but I was just giving it a little stir just in case. But you'll start to hear it sizzle, and that's when you'll know you definitely need to give it some attention and just make sure you're stirring it to get those onions cooked evenly, but also just to make sure that pieces of the chicken don't burn. You just want them to brown. So I would say don't stir too much, but stir occasionally. So it didn't take long for this side to cook, especially with it starting to steam and really heat up. So I'm just gonna go ahead and flip these chicken thighs, give them an even cook on both sides, and you can kind of see how they're starting to brown as well, which is really nice. And I end up flipping them one more time because the chicken thighs started to unfold. So I just wanted to do the other side one more time to make sure they were fully cooked. But this took me all of about 15 minutes, I believe, to cook all of these chicken thighs through and through and have this part finished. So I say that's pretty quick, and it's honestly extremely easy because half of it's just waiting. So definitely recommend this recipe for the simplicity as well. Like, beginners, do not be scared to make this. There's no way you can really screw this up. And when your chicken is cooked through and through, you're going to go ahead and grab 2 forks and shred all of your chicken. So once your chicken's all shredded, you're going to go ahead and add your VH butter chicken stir fry sauce, and you're just going to add the whole jar to the skillet with the chicken and onion. But I also recommend taking the jar and filling about a quarter of it with water, shaking up the jar, pouring that water into your dish as well. And this just makes the dish so much better because it allows the water to boil off and the chicken to absorb more flavors as well. So definitely a really good tip there if you want to give that a try. But I'm just going to knock on this and try and get as much of it out the first time. And then I'll go ahead and fill it with a little bit of water, pour it in, and let this sizzle for a little while and just mend together. So once you see your butter chicken turning more of a reddy brown color versus the bright orange it was before, you know it's definitely done, especially when it's boiling this much. You can take it off of the heat and let it sit for 3 to 5 minutes, and then it'll be ready to serve. But that was it for it. Like, the minute rice is finished, the butter chicken is finished, it's just sitting to rest, and here it is in the final results. I really hope you guys enjoyed this and try out this recipe. It is delicious and we make it frequently in my house, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this cook with me. Let me know if you want to see another one down below. I would love to make another one for you guys. I hope you guys take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.